to get this motor all situated and make sure it works. So I got to get this cover off so we can expose everything. So this is the motor we have on the Little Willie raft. And we're going to put this on the Knotty Gurl. So this here is the frame for the outhouse that goes on the Little Willie. This is the trailer wire. Put that back there. These are the stanchions for the frame. Okay, the moment of truth has arrived. I'm going to pull the engine cover off and see if we got a family of furry friends in there. Hopefully we don't, but if we do, I want to give them a chance to vacate the area on their own. Well, there is evidence of a little tiny nest. Nothing substantial, just looks like a bunch of leaves in here. I don't see any wires that are chewed. Usually if a mouse is in here, they're going to chew wires. These wires look pretty good. See that little red nip right there? That looks like maybe just an abrasion. I'll check that and put some electrical tape around that. It's a rough edge. Nothing else really looks chewed on. Okay, now I'm re-inspecting inside of here where the mouse was, and it looks like this wire looks a little exposed, but this is a grounding wire. It just goes to a tab. That's sketchy right there. And up here on this orange wire, there was a little bit of an abrasion right above my fingernail. I don't see any copper there, but that's a spot to put some electrical tape. This looks okay. So that looks like the only spot that I have to deal with, and that's a grounding wire, so that's no big deal. Like I said, I can take that bolt out and take that wire tab and just fix that up a little bit better. So it's a little rusty in here from the mouse urine, but nothing, these are just brackets, nothing's functional. Everything looks good in here. I don't see anything chewed up here. All right, I'm gonna try and get this started and see if it runs. So I gotta bring a tank, put a tank underneath there, fill it up with water, and I gotta purge that fuel line of fuel, and then connect it up to the tank and prime it with the bulb, and then put the lanyard on to the ignition, and then give it a pull and see what happens. Okay, our test tank is filled. Of course, I need an easy way to get up here without busting my hump. So I think these milk crates will give me a nice little entry point. This is a little bit safer than trying to be a monkey. Alright, just cover out of the way. Okay. This is the ignition safety switch. Goes right here. Okay, choke on. We're in neutral. All right. Been a while. The choke on. Just put it on, give it a little more speed on the gas pedal. Okay, there's the telltale that the water pump is working. It's pissing water, so we're good there. Okay, now I'm going to put it in the forward gear. The water should start churning because the prop will start to turn. There we go. We have forward. There's neutral and reverse. We have reverse. Neutral. Forward. Well, she's purring like a kitten. So I'm going to just let this run for a little while. I found through experience, just let it run for 10-15 minutes. If it conks out, then you know you got an issue, but if it just stays running, you're pretty much good to go. So the last thing I need to do before I take this off the transom is there's this exposed wire here. I want to get some electrical tape on that and cover that up. It's obviously not an issue at the moment. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'll put some tape around that and some tape around the one over here that's got the little chafe on it. And I think we're all set with the motor. So what I'm going to do while this is running for a little while longer is I have another project to work on. So I got to grind down that point, this point, this one down here, and this one here. So that's a safety hazard. So I'm going to take my Dremel and I'm going to grind those off. Now that I've got the Knotty Gurl out in the open, I'm ready to put the motor on. I had one more thought that I think I can address before I put the motor on. I have some pictures of the Knotty Gurl underway back years and years ago, and the water line was really high. And we were, at the time on this side here, we had a seat with an outrigger with a 5 horsepower Mercury engine. And the water was almost over the top. So I'm thinking the added weight of the transom, the bigger motor and the gas tank might be too much. We might swamp the boat in the back. So what I was thinking of doing is put some supplemental flotation right in between here. Now I have some dock floats that'll fit right underneath there, and that'll provide additional flotation if, you know, we're sitting too low in the water. So what my intent is to flip the boat over and mount them underneath. Okay, here's a look at those dock floats. So I measured them. They're 2 feet wide by 4 feet tall. I hosed them off down in front of the yard, brought them up here I measured underneath the deck. I have more than enough room to mount these to the bottom of this underside of this. So that'll give us a little more flotation just in case we need it with that heavy motor. So I'm gonna reattach the framework that I had up here to flip this over so I can flip it safely, get it on its back. Then I can put these floats in and then turn it back over. Okay, I got the dock floats attached with Tabcon screws. So they have like a built-in flathead on them and they dig in a little bit. So these babies are locked in here solid. So that I made sure they were aligned right in the middle. So now we have extra supplementary flotation in case that motor is a little bit too heavy for the boat. We got it covered. So here's the overall look. So we're mounted on the transom and I think we're pretty good. The propeller is definitely about even with the bottom of the boat. The skeg should be a little bit deeper, but I might have to put that drop mount on tomorrow just to be sure I can get it a little lower even. Won't know till we get it in the water if that's going to work or not, but I think for now that's the best case scenario. So now I'm going to change that other tire. It's pretty sketchy. It's dry rotted and it is holding air, but it's dry rotted. So if we look real close, you can see the cracks in the tire. That's not ideal. So I got a brand new tire yesterday. I'm going to change this out just for peace of mind.